Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Jada Toys Street Fighter 2 Ryu, and it comes in a very unique style packaging that I like a lot. And this is the style packaging that Jada chose for their Street Fighter line. It is a arcade cabinet, and it looks awesome. We got the Street Fighter 2 Ryu artwork, we got the buttons and the joysticks, and we got some amazing artwork on the sides of the box that represent some nice arcade cabinet art. And then on the back we got the figures that are coming out and a player select screen. But let's get Ryu out of the box. One thing you're going to notice straight out of the package is the insert that these figures come with. Ryu actually comes with the insert that shows his stage from the Street Fighter game, and it looks awesome. You can really just have Ryu sort of setting up on display in his little insert, and it's a nice little touch. Ryu comes with a articulated accessory stand, and it comes in two parts. You got the base, you got the part that plugs into the base with two articulating points, and then it plugs in the bottom of his Hadoken fireball, which this thing looks awesome. It has nice sculpted in hands in there, and it looks really good. Honestly, it's pretty close to what you would have saw with Storm Collectibles, just done better, because Storm Collectibles, it was just this bubble that came apart. You know, it just wasn't as nice. I love the hands that are in there. It just really takes it to the next level, and it's a really nice looking Hadoken. Straight out of the package, Ryu comes with a pair of fist hands equipped. Ryu also comes with a pair of Hadoken hands, and honestly, from a side profile, you can get him into a nice stance. I do wish there was a little bit of a toe bend in there, because it'd be nice to get him a little bit perched up on his toes. But this looks great like this, but once you rotate it around, you can really see the butterflies don't allow you to get really in front. Like, even with a little bit of pushing it like this, like his arms want to like push out of the socket. So you sort of got to push his shoulders back in, because it doesn't want to go that far. So it should be more like so, but it doesn't give. It wants to pop out of the shoulder. We do get an alternate head sculpt with Ryu, and it's more of his aggressive, shooting the Hadoken, fighting and everything like that, gritting his teeth. It looks really good. They did like a softer material for the hair. There's actually like a brown, light brown, like dry brushing throughout. And it is a softer, like rubbery material for the hair. There's a little bit of over paint in areas like his eyebrow, little parts of the bandana needs a little bit more red. There's overpaint with the ear. But these are little gripes, because this figure is a $25 figure. So this thing looks exactly like how Ryu should look. They captured it perfectly from the Street Fighter 2 game with the side profile, the front profile. They know what they're doing to be bringing these characters from Street Fighter 2 into figure format. The head sculpt that Ryu comes with in the package is his straight-faced, stoic-looking head sculpt, and I think they did a great job with it. It looks like they pulled it straight from the Street Fighter 2 video game, from side profile, the front profile, the eyebrows going up over his bandana. It's pretty nice. I like how the bandanas are like these soft, rubbery materials, and it just looks really good. The actual gi has texture throughout, sculpt work. The belt has texture. His arms are sculpted nicely. You do get some vein work in the biceps. Chest looks good. It's got a little bit of a nipple. We got his belt just looking awesome. They got the kanji on the belt looking clean. That's really clean. And the texture doesn't stop just at this soft gi. It actually continues throughout the pants, and the pants have like this dirtied wash. I don't know if you can sort of see the gray in there. I really like the shading they did with the pants, so he's just not walking around super clean as this guy's been fighting. He's got the red gloves. Technically he should have the brown gloves, but it is what it is. He doesn't have the kanji on the gloves or anything like that, but still looks really cool. I like the red. Got the tattered and torn up bottom of the pants. His big old feet. Like, that's traditional, you know, Street Fighter feet right there. And again, it would have been cool to have a little bit of a bend, but overall, like, this figure looks awesome. Diving into Ryu's articulation, his head is on that double ball. He has a lot of attitude, left and right, full 360. He's got the neck movement. So a lot of natural movement going on there. We do get the shoulders. These are weird. They're like ratcheted, so it's a little bit tough. So you got to grab it right here, and then you can hear it. But when I do it on mine, like, I start to get a gap in the plastic. When I first got this figure in hand, I was like, man, this feels like the Dragon Star figure, but it's not. It's those Dragon Ball Z Dragon Star figures were definitely worse than these. This is a nice combination of import to modern, like with the modern types of non-import figures, as this is like the nice shell, something you'd see in a SH Figure Arts. We get the nice butterfly joints in there. Just doesn't get enough to get in front for that perfect Hadoken hand pose. But the shoulders, they're definitely unique. When moving them up, you definitely want to grab it. But he can get full chi pose. You know, even this part wants to like sort of pull out a little bit, so you got to push it in sometimes. But it doesn't fall out. I've never had his arms fall out or anything like that. We get bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, plenty of motion there. Wrist rotation, and we do get bend. If you bend it this way, because the glove sort of pushes it out. But if you go down, I mean, it almost does the same thing, but you do get the up and down bend in the wrist, but his gloves definitely do affect it. Like, that's how it should be pushed. But once you start doing this and this, it starts, you have to like push it back down. But again, $25 figure. His ab area, you can get not really any leaning. I can't really get, like, this is what I'm getting for crunching, and it doesn't crunch forward. This, I wish could have a little bit more movement in it, because it's sculpted there. It looks great. You know, I'd get a little bit of twisting, but there's not really, I'm not getting any ab crunch. Like, it resists. You can see it springing back. And then you get most of his movement down in his waist, the hula hoop waist, which works great. The upper torso, not so much. Now, getting his arms out of the way, he can do a full Van Damme. Thigh cuts. He can kick forward quite well. Double jointed knee. Ankle bend. Pivot. He can kick to the side, obviously, because he's doing the splits. But then kick into the back that much because he does hit his butt cheeks a little bit. One point of articulation that almost slipped past me is he has a boot cut in there right up underneath where his leg connects to his pant leg. Here we have some size comparison. We got a classified Duke and an AWOC figure, sort of giving you an idea of scale. We also got Ryu next to the NECA Lawson Mirage Foot Soldier, along with Gomez and Cousin Eddie. As you can see, Ryu can actually fit in with a lot of your 1/12 scale figures. Ryu's balance game is on point. This figure can do some nice high kicks. Don't forget to bust out some of your favorite flight stands, or bust out some old school stands like I did. I bust out the old school Toy Biz flight stand, tucked it behind his gi, so you can get Ryu doing his Tsutsumaki. And I think that is a really cool pose to get him into, because, I mean, if you're playing against Ryu or playing as Ryu, this is a go-to move for sure. Now, don't put that flight stand away just yet, because you want to make sure your Ryu can do his Shoryuken. And Shoryukens are, again, one of his go-to moves, along with the Hadoken and everything. So it's cool that you can get him on a flight stand doing those iconic moves without any issues. With Jada Toys stepping into the action figure ring, bringing out Ryu and Fei Long and soon-to-be Chun-Li, I think these figures are pretty spectacular due to the fact that they are a $25 figure. When I pulled Ryu out of the package, his feel, I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting something a little bit more solid, but then as you start playing around with the figure, you start realizing, okay, it's like a mix mash of import to non-import, so you get all these nice points of articulation. We get amazing sculpt work, paint work, plenty of accessories, alternate heads. Like for a $25 price point, I don't know who's going to be competing with what you get with Jada Toys. I am super, super excited for what's going to be coming from the future, especially for the fact that we got the Mega Man line coming, Chester Cheeto, but mainly that Mega Man can then team up with Ryu, fight Wolverine and Gambit, and you can have yourself some nice Marvel vs. Capcom action, as I'm a huge Street Fighter fan and a Marvel vs. Capcom fan, and we actually have figures that are in that 1/12 scale setup. I love my Storm collectibles, but they were also an import price, and they don't really scale with Marvel Legends. We finally got a nice scalable Ryu to blend in with all your other figures, and I think Jada's knocking it out of the park. I think, honestly, I look forward to future releases from them, and I can just see how they're going to evolve and tweak and make things just better and better. So hats off to Jada Toys and their Street Fighter line. I think if you're a Street Fighter fan, it's a must-have. Definitely got to grab it. And that sums up my unboxing and review of Jada Toys Street Fighter 2 Ryu. If you guys are enjoying my content, hit that like button. New to my channel, hit the subscribe button as it helps the channel evolve and grow. Hit the silver bell notification so you know when I post up a new review and when I go live for State of the Art every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And I want you guys to go check out some Jada Toys. Go just get one in hand so you can play around with it. And I mean, again, $25 figure. It's pretty awesome. But I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.